Good morning students. So today we'll be going to study about Introduction to Microbiology, and I am Nidavi Ravi, Assistant Professor, Department of Microbiology, Dhanalakshmi Srinivasan College of Arts and Science for Women, Perambalur. In this chapter, we'll be going to study about famous scientists and the contributions that they have made. So first scientist is Antony van Leeuwenhoek. We all have different types of hobbies, right? But Antony van Leeuwenhoek had a very interesting type of hobby. Do you know what was that? Preparation of lenses and observing microorganisms through that. So let's have a look at the contributions of Antony van Leeuwenhoek. The credit for observing and description of microbes goes to Antony van Leeuwenhoek. He had a hobby to prepare lenses and to observe diverse materials. He was able to produce an instrument having a magnification of 40 to 300, through which he observed minute organisms in rainwater and named them as animalcules. He was the first to observe Giardia lamblia, an intestinal flagellate, in his own stool. Though many people considered animalcules as a cause of contagious diseases, the idea was finally accepted and firmly established as a scientific fact almost after a century. So next we'll study about Louis Pasteur. So Louis Pasteur is known as the father of modern microbiology. He established that fermentation was a result of microbial activity, introduced the techniques of sterilization. So before moving on to the techniques of sterilization, you should definitely know what the sterilization means. Sterilization is a process by which an article, surface or media is made free of all microorganisms. Okay, so what are the techniques of sterilization that Louis Pasteur have discovered? Let's have a look. Autoclave, hot air oven, flaming, pasteurization. Next, established the importance of cotton plug for the protection of culture media. Introduced complex culture media. His accidental observation that culture of chicken cholera bacillus left on the bench for several weeks led to the development of live vaccines, prepared anthrax vaccine and rabies vaccine. Louis Pasteur coined the term vaccine. So now next we are moving on to Robert Koch. Robert Koch is known as the father of bacteriology, and bacteriology means the study of bacteria. We all know that, right? So Robert Koch is known as the father of bacteriology. So definitely he would have discovered important bacteria, right? What are those bacteria? He discovered tubercle bacilli, Vibrio cholera, and he also isolated anthrax bacilli. And apart from that, he also showed that spores are present in anthrax. He introduced staining techniques and pure culture with solid media. Stains are dyes that are used for coloring microorganisms. So staining helps us to visualize a microorganism clearly under a microscope. Okay. So what a Koch postule? Let's have a look. Evidence required to establish etiological relationship between microorganism and disease. First one, microorganism must be observed in every case of the disease. Second, it must be isolated and grown in pure culture. Third, the pure culture, when inoculated in animals, must reproduce the disease. Fourth, microorganism must be recovered from the diseased animal. And next we are moving on to Edward Jenner. Edward Jenner carried out the first successful immunization against smallpox by using cowpox virus. His findings led to the techniques of vaccination. Next, Ivanovsky. Ivanovsky proved the existence of ultramicroscopic microorganisms when he reproduced a mosaic disease in tobacco plants by applying the juice from diseased plants to healthy leaves from which all bacteria had been removed. And next scientist, Bichering. Let's have a look at the contributions. The Dutch microbiologist Martinus Beijerinck independently replicated Ivanovsky's experiment and became convinced that a filtered solution contained a new form of infectious agent which he named as virus. Beijerinck subsequently acknowledged Ivanovsky's priority of discovery. And next, Sir Alexander Fleming. We all are familiar with this great scientist, right? Accidentally, Sir Alexander Fleming had discovered antibacterial effect of penicillin. Thank you. Have a nice day.